Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This week's Horizon 5 video, we just have one car to cover, and that is the 2006 Mercedes-Benz E55 AMG Wagon. Now to get this car, all you have to do is complete 20 points on the festival playlist, but there is a little bit of a different one this month. I think I touched on that last week, where we are winter for 4 weeks in a row, so I'm just going to call this winter week 2. Now let's take it out in Horizon 5, see if it's any good, and also take a look at the body kits we have available if there are any. Hopefully we have some decent options and it drives well, so let's head out right now. Let's start it off here in the Horizon Apex. I'm taking it as is, no upgrades, because I feel that it is well equipped already. It is a little bit drifty, so I do think it will make a fairly decent drift build if anyone is interested in that. Hopefully it holds traction well here. And also, next month we are only getting one new car on the festival playlist, so I think for week 2, 3 and 4 I may do a video on what I think was the best festival playlist cars added, 5 of them at least, and 5 of the worst festival playlist cars in my own opinion, and what 5 of the best festival playlists we got throughout the year so far. This all comes down as if I have time for it. That didn't go too well around that corner. Hopefully I can catch them up. It's a little bit wet, this track. I actually really like this map. I hope Horizon 6 map, the main map, not the DLC ones, is going to be styled similar to this place with the windy roads and varying terrain heights. I know a lot of other people say this as well, but I think the Mexico map is rather flat. I don't think it's dull or boring. I just think it's a little bit flat and too open. Now, getting back into this car now, it does drive really well. I guess the important thing is just trying to keep the accelerator steady so you don't accidentally go too fast into the corners and hit the wall. Next we'll move into the Horizon Wilds. I'm really happy with how it's driving here. We'll also take a look at the body kit options available for it and see how well it drives in the Horizon Wilds. Now we've arrived at our outpost, let's get this fitted up for some rally racing. I do find it a little bit funny how this is an automatic transmission and yet you can hear the slight knocking of the gear stick when driving inside the cockpit view. Anyway, we'll put some wider tyres, increase the tyre width as wide as we can. We'll also, I do think it's better to put the usual off-road suspension on here available as well. Now why don't we have a peek at the available options under aero and appearance. We have front bumper, we have the stock front bumper, and of course the Horizon 5 race front bumper. So it doesn't look like this car is going to have anything special. Yeah, it's just got the standard upgrades we get. It is nice when they do add other aftermarket designs here, but it doesn't look like this one had it. Anyway, let's go and listen to the exhaust note before we take it out. I'm going to put the race exhaust on, so with this we'll take it out and see how well it drives in the Horizon Wilds. Now we're set up for some rally, let's take it here. Hopefully it does handle well here like it did in the Apex. I do like it where the cars are all rounded and really suitable for just about anything in Horizon. It just makes it that little bit more enjoyable that we have the freedom to build basically whatever we want without having it hindered by some problems later on. Let's get that little old, I think it's a Ford, out of the way. And the brakes aren't too good on this at all. That, or I got a little bit distracted and didn't brake in time. So I think before we go into the Baja, I definitely will put some better brakes on this. I probably should have done that in the first place. Hell, Morgan three-wheeler, that is this week's, I think, car chapter. The name's gone on me, but basically we have to drive that and do some challenges on the festival playlist this week. It's a fun little car, that. Drives surprisingly well for three wheels. Anyway, I definitely do feel that with the correct setup, this would be quite a good rally car, as it does slide reasonably well. Doesn't really complain about the terrain too much, as long as you don't drive too aggressively with it. I do think wagons are traditionally lighter in the back end, so that probably explains why the back end swings out, and I also think that this one might be rear wheel drive. I'm not too sure on that, I didn't check. Like I do say, I'm definitely happy with the way this is driving here in the Horizon Wilds. Now let's head off to the outpost, put some Baja parts on it and take it there and see how well it goes in the Baja. Hopefully it does as well there, but there is only one way to find out. Back at the outpost, and now let's go and throw on some off-road Baja tyres here, and we will also, yep, they are definitely available to this car. Now we will increase the front track width and the rear track width, and I did say I need to change the brakes on this because they're just a little bit underpowered, I think. So we'll go and put some nice okay, so if you can see, I'll zoom in for it. We have the stock brakes. The sport brakes don't have a model for them, which is a bit unusual. I think that this might be a bug, but anyway, and race brakes do, so we will go sport brakes anyway. Well, let's just check they actually do something. Yes, they do have decent stats on here, so we'll go with that. And we'll also go in and put on a race positive displacement supercharger, and then we will take that out like that and see. No, actually I think I will put a race transmission in as well, and now we'll take it out like this and see how well it does. Now we've arrived at the cross country, let's take it off-roading and see how well it does here. Personally, I don't really mind that the brakes are possibly bugged and have the wrong model, as I do think sometimes when you do upgrade your brakes, it is actually possible to use the original manufacturer calipers as well, as I've done that with my own car. I have upgraded them and used the original calipers. So it's not really a big deal to me if that happens. Let's cut our way through this pack and hopefully it does well. It's a bit of a nice gentle landing there. Try not to ram anybody because that's where your speed goes down. It's a little bit slidey. It's a good thing that these cross countries are reasonably forgiving with that sort of thing. Going over the jump now. And again, it's not too comfortable on the landing. Hopefully the engine doesn't break. I thought I'd do this one with sim damage on. Yeah, I probably should have turned sim damage off, because the opponents don't seem to suffer any damage at all. But oh well, guess the challenge will be nice. Yeah, I am really happy with how this car is driving here in the cross country, and I do believe at this point that it is a very strong contender. And I also do think that it is definitely worth your time unlocking this car if you haven't already, as I do find that you may find, like I am, finding it quite fun to drive. Because it's not every day Horizon actually adds a wagon of anything really, unless it's an Audi. Hopefully we will see the BMW wagon come soon as well. And now that brings us to the end of this week's Horizon 5 video, where I took a look at the 2006 Mercedes-Benz E55 AMG Wagon added to Horizon 5 during the second week of the Horizon Holiday Mix-Up. To me, this car is a good, strong vehicle to our collection that we already are able to obtain in the game, and like I had said, I do think it is worth your time unlocking this vehicle. It is definitely a good, fun car to drive around. If you like to see videos on reviews on the cars added to the festival playlist for the remaining life of Horizon 5, feel free to leave a like to the video and subscribe to the channel for more, and thanks for watching.